Welcome to Dallas Geek. Brad's working the camera on his phone because he forgot to bring backup batteries.
Trade secrets.
All right, and we're here today with
Catherine Green.
Awesome. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with us. We're here talking about your book, The Popcorn Tree. So why don't you go ahead and give us a little bit about the plot. Don't give away the ending though, even though there's a big twist.
Sure.
Very M. Night Shyamalan-esque twist. Give us a little bit about it. I see that it won an award. Talk about that a little bit. So whenever you're ready.
Sure. This is my first and only so far children's book. The Popcorn Tree is about a little girl, Claire. She's 5, and she wakes up and finds herself alone. So when she wakes up and she's alone, she's obviously through the house and hungry, looking for food, and goes before a window and sees something there that wasn't there before. And when she opens the window, there's popcorn growing on a tree.
I don't think that's how that works.
Yeah, it does.
Or does it, Brett? Can you
Popcorn does grow on a tree.
Does it? It's been a long time since I was in science lab. Sorry, continue.
So she smells the popcorn first, and that kind of takes her back to when her and her mom and her siblings would sit around the tree at Christmas doing the popcorn on the string.
Sure, yeah.
So she recognized it right away, and it wasn't until she actually grabbed the popcorn that she knew what it was. So yes, popcorn does grow on the tree.
I still don't. Somebody at home, let me know.
Yep. So on the tree, she eats, finds herself sleeping, and then there's a thump on the window, and this is where she meets a new friend. There's a squirrel on the tree.
Does he talk or does he, maybe?
He does talk.
Okay.
And he confirms that popcorn's on the tree.
Still don't think this is real.
Well, so this goes on throughout the day, and then her and the squirrel actually leave. They go on a journey. There's an adventure in the book. They see some interesting things along the way, and they get tired. The day is short, and so they start getting back in. And when Claire wakes up, her family's back. So there's a little bit of a surprise there.
Okay, very cool. Where did the idea for this guy come from?
I was just, I think my daughter was probably 8. And kids are inquisitive at that time.
Sure.
And just telling her story as I was making it up, thinking, this could be a good story to put out one day.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And I see here we've got a little sticker on the front. First place, grade school fiction.
Yeah, just won that this year. So this
Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. I had to ask if anyone else was competing. This actually it came out in December, so it was my first book. It came out in December, and then I got the announcement on the award. I think it was announced maybe in May.
Okay.
So I'll be getting the award for that today.
Awesome. Oh, so did we spoil?
No, it's fine.
Okay, so everybody already knows.
Well, I don't know.
Like, this wasn't like they opened the envelope and we didn't spoil that.
No, I think they know.
Okay. Just making sure.
Anyway, so I'm working on another one.
Sequel?
Yeah, I think so. Could even be trilogy. So, looking at using the same characters, and I like the idea of big twists and turns in the book. And so we'll see what happens. There's something very interesting that happens in this book, and I'm more than halfway through the second book, and it will pick up on some things from the first book. So they'll kind of intertwine and loop together and make it really interesting for readers that are following this book.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so this is your first book, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you won an award on your first book.
I know. That's what
Do you feel any pressure to do a follow-up?
I don't know. Well, so I also have it in Spanish. So this book is also translated completely in softcover, hardback, Spanish, and I had promoted it quite a bit in Mexico, Guatemala, and Brazil.
Awesome.
And so I'm getting a lot of feedback on that. So
very cool.
Yeah, I think for those there will be pressure as far as like now that there's an award.
Yeah, you gotta live up to those high expectations that you set for yourself.
Exactly.
Any plans to do anything other than children's books later on down the line, or do you kind of want to stay on this?
I think so. I think there's going to be a segue.
Are you already coming up with ideas, maybe starting the process?
Maybe. I'm not sure which way that's going to go. So yeah, I think it'll be adult content. It may have something to deal with maybe the nature of grief. My husband passed away almost 7 years ago. I know it's a surprise, but that was a big season in my life where I was able to learn a lot, and so there could be something that comes out of that, and a book that could be helpful to others.
Okay.
So,
So
but
kind
this
of,
is fun right now.
yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like a cool story.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, sequel, maybe trilogy, maybe like 30 books,
Yeah.
movie franchise.
Okay, yes, we're talking.
Now, you said that you were kind of coming up with something for your daughter, and that's kind of how this came about.
Oh yeah, just telling a story. Just telling a story in the car. She would always ask questions. She always wanted to know why, and I always would just kind of stretch that out. And you know, why the sky is blue? Well, the sky is blue because da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And somewhere along the way, the story comes out. So that's the origination of it. The backdrop of the story itself is the little girl, I guess, somewhat represents me. And we grew up in a single parent home. So there's 2 siblings and then of course the mother. And the lady here, Syrena, that did the illustration, I got connected with her with another author who's also a winner. And we work with our East Texas Writers Association. Everyone in the group is pretty well connected, trying to help each other out.
Sure.
So Syrena was able to craft from comments in the manuscript to almost identically identify the characters and what they look like. I was completely impressed. I love the color, the cover, the design. She's just a really great illustrator.
That's awesome.
I'd like to keep her on the next 2 books.
Okay. Oh, so there is going to be a trilogy. Oh, okay. So, spoilers, there's going to be 3 of them. It sounds like this is very personal to you because you said it kind of draws from your childhood and it comes from a story that you're... So is there like a certain level of pride just knowing how well it's done and how well it's been received?
Well, I think so, but I think she captured that with the illustrations. Obviously, when it's your own work, we're our biggest critic. Right?
Sure,
So
yeah.
it's like, to me, it's never good enough, and it's just the story. But I think it's sweet because the ones that I've shared it with my family, it's been an inspiration to them, nieces and nephew, to aspire them to write their story, and then to see it kind of come to life, that there is meaning in what a single mother did raising 3 children by herself.
Sure.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, it's wonderful.
So, if anybody at home wants to pick this guy up, where do they pick it up from?
Let's go to Amazon.com, but you can also go to CatherineGreenBooks.com, and then that'll tie you to the Facebook page. Facebook will take you to iBooks, Barnes & Noble, iTunes, all those platforms are there.
And then are we on social media, as the kids say?
Facebook is social media. Yes, I'm learning about Twitter and this conference that I'm here this weekend.
So if you want to shamelessly plug, look at the camera and then tell them where to find you.
Okay, so again, go to CatherineGreenBooks.com. That'll take you to the website, and there's a link there, so you can click over to the Facebook.
Awesome. And then the links for that guy is going to be down here. I think right down here is where we're going with the description.
No.
So thank you so much for taking the time to sit down with us. It was an absolute blast.
Thank you.
And this was Mike from Dallas Geek. Brad's somewhere over there. I don't care. But yeah, you guys have a good one.
All right, thanks.
Bye, guys.